Hi, this is Mark with Margill. Welcome to this tutorial on how to first adapt the payment schedule to meet your borrower's special needs, and second, how to update the schedule with your borrower's true payments. You'll see how easy it is compared to what our competitors offer. Margill is a very visual software, and we've been told that the math we provide cannot be matched by anyone out there. Let's begin by creating a new loan. I've entered some data here. My loan starts on February 27th today. My first payment will be a month and a few days afterwards on April 4th. I can have various compounding periods as well as simple interest where there's no compounding. My payments can be monthly, annually, quarterly. They can be twice monthly, even by X number of days. It could be weekly, 14 days, whatever. And we often see, of course, irregular payments where there's no set payment schedule. My payment method can include P&I, principal and interest only, fixed principal. And we'll see once we've created a schedule on how to mix various elements of interest only with P&I, etc. afterwards. My loan is for $50,000. My interest rate is 7.75. I could even use an interest table with variable interest rates had I known these rates already. I can add fees. I can add regular fees every month if I want to. I won't in this example, but I could. Amortization and term will be the same under 36 months, and the payment is unknown. I can always enter 3 or 4 variables, and the unknown variable is calculated. We are also multi-currency, so we can choose this as needed. This can be hidden otherwise. Let's compute. What this will create is a preliminary payment schedule. Let's stretch this out slightly. We'll go both ways. I have a whole bunch of columns. So there's my preliminary schedule, but let's adapt this to really what's going on for real. So my borrower, I'm giving him a deal here. Listen, I'll do a couple of things here. First of all, I'm going to give you a lower interest rate for 6 months. So I right-click with the mouse. I go on my rate. I'll modify my rate from 7.75. I'll give you a break. I'll put it at 3% for the first 6 months. Something else I'll do, I could have said 0 also. I can right-click with the mouse again. I'll say they're interest only for this period of time. So payments, modify. I'll say interest only payment and column fees. Never mind the line behavior. It's a little more advanced. Notice how my first payment is a bit higher because of my long period. I could also have added an adjustment date somewhere along here. It's called the interest adjustment date. Okay, let's continue on with this. This is a seasonal business that's borrowing from me. So I can select a few months here with control, months 12, 12, and these months here, 12, 1, 2, with control. I can right-click with the mouse, and let's say he wants to pay $3,000 on these lines. It's the busy season in winter, Christmas. So let's go to payments, modify payments, and we'll put in, did I click on this properly? Oh, let's give it a couple of seconds. We want to pay $3,000 on each of these lines. So there's my $3,000 payment. Now what I want to do is recompute the rest of my payments except my 3,000s. So now I've selected everything. I'm getting rid of my 3,000s. Everything in blue will be recalculated. Again, right-click with the mouse, payments, and I say payment adjusted for balance equals 0 or balance equals X if I want a residual value. And it's going to recompute my payments as I want them to be. I can change the rate any point in time. I could even go in and say I want fixed principal payments. Right-click, payments, and I could go fixed principal payments. Something we often see in loans is this loan is for $50,000. I want to lend out another $25,000 in May 2020. I can insert a line. I'm going to insert one line. I'll call this additional principal. Notice all the line statuses I have here. This allows you to really customize the schedule to see what's happening for real. I'll go in here, additional principal. I'm going to change it to, I'm lending out 25,000, and it's not on the 1st of May. It is on the 15th. There we have it. Of course, I can go in and recompute my payments based on this to reach 0 at the end. Payment adjusted for balance equals 0. And there you have it. This is an almost impossible schedule to create simply in Excel or on any other software out there. Very, very visual. And there's my contract. I save it. I'm happy. We're all set. I can even attach it as a PDF to my schedule, to my loan, attach it to results. Watch, I can attach it here. I won't, but I could. This way I keep a history of what should have been paid initially. So there's the first step. I've created my schedule according to contract. My second step will be, I've adapted it initially, and now I'll adapt it to how this borrower actually pays. So let's go back to Margill. Okay, notice they're all due payments. So the first line, first payment, he pays it, paid payment. Great. Second payment, he doesn't pay. It's an unpaid payment. You'll notice here, I'm charging $25 in fees. I can create my own rules. An unpaid payment implies $25 in fees, which are added automatically. Yes, I should have paid one. He should have paid $125. And there we have it. There's my 25 bucks. I'll actually give you a break. I won't charge you this month around. And I could put a little comment here, fees not charged. I would also probably put in a comment here that says loan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say on this date, he pays on the 5th, but I don't want to change the interest. So I can go in and give him a grace period. So he actually paid on 2019, 06, 06. So there's a grace period. I didn't change my interest, but there we go. Because he didn't pay on this month, and in here, because I'll double up my next payment. Okay, so we'll put in 250. And we call it a paid payment. Paid payment. There we have it. You'll notice how I have all my paid interest, my paid principal, my paid fees, etc. I didn't charge fees, but they're all isolated for your accounting. Now, if you have 1,000 loans, 5,000 loans, you wouldn't do this manually. There are tools. If I exit from here, save, update. There are tools, the post-payment tool, in which I could select all payments due on the 27th, or today the 27th. I refresh, and I can mass post my payments, whether partial, late, etc., any which way. If you have high volume, you can even go in the post payment tool and post your payments via Excel. Include new payments or post your existing payments through a very, very simple Excel sheet. I won't go into that, maybe in another video of ours. It's very efficient. Lastly, in my settings under the line payment statuses, I can customize some names. I can hide some payments, some types of payments. I can move them around, etc. So that gives you an idea of what Margill can do in terms of its payment schedules, how easily they are adapted.